My people he don't said, oh, are we seeing a new threat in Africa? Gabon joined the threat. The question is which of the African countries is next? Many Nigerians are now praying calling the Nigerian military to do the needful. Now the Nigerian leader, President Bola Tinubu, swiftly reacted to recent events in Gabon. Hours after a group of Gabonese military officers appeared on television announcing the termination of the current regime and the cancellation of a recent presidential election, President Tinubu expressed his profound concerns regarding the political situation in Gabon and the overall socio-political stability in the country. Tinubu's response underscored his commitment to upholding the principles of the rule of law and the constitutional resolution of electoral disputes, particularly within the African context. His special advisor on media and publicity, Ajurin Jololi, conveyed Tinubu's sentiments to State House correspondents. In Jololi's words, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is closely monitoring the developments in Gabon with deep apprehension for the stability of the nation and the apparent spread of autocratic tendencies across different regions of our beloved continent. He emphasized Tinubu's unwavering belief that political power should reside in the hands of Africa's people rather than be determined by the bearer of a gun. Furthermore, Njololi reiterated Tinubu's strong conviction that the rule of law and the faithful adherence to constitutional mechanisms for resolving electoral disputes must be upheld as fundamental values in Africa. He stressed that these principles should never be allowed to erode on the continent. In light of these concerns, President Tinubu has been actively engaged in communication with other African heads of state within the African Union. They are working collectively to establish a comprehensive consensus on the way forward regarding the crisis in Gabon and to develop a unified response to the concerning spread of autocracy across Africa. A group of Gabonese military officers had announced they were putting an end to the current regime and cancelling the president's election. Expressing concerns about a potential military coup in Gabon, a recent member of the Commonwealth, the organization conveyed its vigilant observation of the unfolding events. On Wednesday, Patricia Scotland, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, articulated apprehensions about the situation, characterizing it as profoundly troubling. She underlined that the Commonwealth Charter explicitly mandates member nations to uphold the principles of democracy and the rule of law under all circumstances. These expressions of concern emerged in close proximity to an incident where a group of Gabonese military officers took to television to declare the termination of the existing regime and the nullification of Ondimba's election. The announcement was accompanied by the sound of gunfire resonating in Libreville, the capital of Gabon. The address, which included the dissolution of all the institutions of the Republic, was delivered by a high-ranking officer, accompanied by a contingent of army colonels, members of the elite Republican Guard, regular soldiers, and others. This development unfolded shortly after the National Election Authority had announced that Bongo secured a third term in the recent election, held on Saturday, claiming 64.27% of the total votes.
Ayo, today was filming. When you take a snapshot of our beautiful continent, the beauty is fading away because of the madness of its leaders. The beauty of Africa is fading away because people that are supposed to be proudly Africa, that are supposed to call on Mama Africa every time to bring peace and succor to its people, are the ones taking the peace away from its people. The beauty of Africa is fading away. And I ask, where is Africa today? All over Africa, we have returned to the era of coups. Between 1957 and 1990, we had over 100 coups in Africa. In the space of a couple of months now, we've had 2 coups. The question is, where is it going to happen next on the African continent? What starts the cycle of all these coups? Bad leadership. But like I always say, you can't solve illegality with another illegality. Because the truth is, you just set up a chain reaction. So with this, I would like to condemn that coup this morning in Gabon. I would also condemn Ali Bongo, the seat-tied president of Gabon, that inherited the presidency like it's a family stew from his father, Omar Bongo. Despite the wealth and the oil resource in Gabon, never provided anything for the citizens, but provided all for themselves. Despite his own ill health, we all saw when Ali Bongo had a stroke and he had to move around in a gingerly form, but he still went ahead to sit tight in power. And that's what you see all over Africa. Should I talk about Bouteflika? Should I talk about Emerson Mnangagwa? That now he's won another election that are highly disputed in Zimbabwe. Ali Bongo pushed himself on and on. He finally won the election, but the coup plotters said, no, we can't allow this to continue in our country. When are we going to have that Africa that Thomas Isodowe Noel Sankara talks about? When are we going to have that Africa that Thomas Sankara will always say, La colonialism, abar. Imperialism, abar. Down with imperialism. Down with colonialism. Down with coups. Bad leadership, abar. When are we going to have that Africa? That sweet Africa. That bad leadership, imperialism, colonialism, everything bad will be a thing of the past. Today I cry for Africa, but I hope I don't cry too long.
All right, thank you very much. This is Serious Matters here at ONIF TV. Thank you very much for keeping pace with us. Well, the latest of the latest, when it comes to this political space, the NNPP has suspended Kwakwaso for anti-party, activities. Of course, recently, at least for the second time, Kwakwaso has visited what's it called, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress, and people are wondering what is happening. Why this incessant visit recently? And because now we can do now become minister now. Now I saw in the news not quite long that APC constituted a committee for Bayesa's November gubernatorial election, and Wike is one of the members of that committee. So I'm wondering what is going to what is happening, and what are they doing? We can all go tie those ones for court. So God tie them, say they don't be doing anything. So but then you can't be doing here and be doing there. That's the point. Well, Board of Trustees of the New Nigeria's People's Parties announces 6-month suspension of Senator Rabiu Kwakwanso as the national leader of the party due to anti-party activities. Well, for me, what you just do? And I just give a free hand to go collect the position, JJ. They cannot just be patient enough. A crisis of confidence has brewed silently within the party over the last few months since the end of the 2023 general election, with accusations and counter-accusations between the different groups within its ranks. The crisis has now gotten to a head with the suspension clamped down on the presidential candidate and national leader, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso. This follows the suspension of its national publicity secretary and some others earlier, a move rejected by its board of trustees. And of course, we're going to be seeing a lot of drama in the coming days as to development as touching this particular one, because NNPC, it's one of the parties that are actually checking and fighting the election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the court. And so why this why this closeness and all of that? However, news reaching us now says that the crisis rocking the New Nigeria's People's Party NNPP has worsened with the two factions suspending themselves. The faction loyal to former governor of Kano State, Senator Rabiu Kwakwanso, in a National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja, expelled the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Boniface Anne-Bonner, the National Publicity Secretary, Dr. Agbo Major, and 10 State National Working Committee members for forming a parallel National Working Committee and State Executive. The Kwakwanso Group also upheld motions to extend the tenure of its acting national chairman, Malam Abba Kawu Ali, and to redesign the party's logo. Well, I think wọ́n ní kíní kan tó so kíní kan tó so pa ìdùnnú ọlọ́dẹ ni. You know wetin that one mean be say dear we get big scrotum. They say now the hunter go dey happy, say I want a big food now, because yes, that might just be dangerous. It might have some infections, but then the point I'm just trying to make is that I'm sure the other parties will be happy that at least that one is breaking now. And so let's see what we can do. They've been able to pull PDP, one PDP man, at least one of their strong men in PDP, under themselves. Now they are pulling Rabiu Kwakwanso. Well, let's see how far they can go. In the meantime, we're looking forward to the announcement of the date of the judgment. Well, I hope they don't push this and push it until Tinubu spent 3 years, as president. Well, this is still Serious Matters here at ONIF TV. Please do share videos, others drop your comment. Make them simple and simple. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Olukunle Abraham. And of course, please don't forget to share our videos. I beg you. Thank you very much for watching.